Hello and welcome to Book Bliss. I am so excited. It is February, the month that focuses on the accomplishments and history of African Americans in the United States. So let's be clear. We know that there's not just one month that can really encapsulate and completely include the contributions of African Americans to this country and our culture. But it is one way for us to really focus on the accomplishments and to really think about, focus, look at books, and educate ourselves on the contributions of African Americans in this country. Now, with me today, I have my friend Amir, and she's going to help me describe the books that I'm going to read. And also, she's going to tell you what books she's going to read. So let's get started. My first book is
Unforgivable Love by Sophia Scott.
So I found out about Unforgivable Love on YouTube with Brown Girl Reading. I also joined the read along on Read So Lit, and the moderator of that is Didi. So Unforgivable Love is a retelling of the French classics Dangerous Liaisons. It is 517 pages, and this version of it is set in Harlem post-war in the 1940s. I started reading this book last night, and I can tell that I'm going to love it. And it's really about damaged hearts and egos, lust, love, manipulation, societal positioning. So it has a little bit of everything. I am really looking forward to reading it and discussing it on the read-along. My next book is
Their Eyes Were Watching God by Zora Neale Hurston.
Very good. Thank you, Amir. Their Eyes Were Watching God is by Zora Neale Hurston. It's 219 pages, and the story is set in Florida. Now, it's interesting that I am 58 years old and a big reader, and I have never read this book. I was talking to one of my colleagues at work, and he was telling me that he had read the book a long time ago, and he said that it really kind of changed his life in thinking. So I said, wow, let me take a look at it. The book description on Goodreads says, fair and long-legged, independent and articulate, Janie Crawford sets out to be her own person. No mean feat for a Black woman in the 30s. Janie's quest for identity takes her through 3 marriages and into a journey back to her roots. So it doesn't really tell you much on it. I have read some reviews, but I am looking forward to reading it and then writing a review myself. Next book.
The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks
By Rebecca Skloot. The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks by Rebecca Skloot is 370 pages. I learned about this book last year, and I intended to read it then, but I didn't. Let me just read you a little part of the description that's on Goodreads. She was a poor Southern tobacco farmer who worked the same land as her slave ancestors, yet her cells, taken without her knowledge, became one of the most important tools in medicine. The first immortal human cells growth in culture. They are still alive today, though she has been dead for nearly 60 years. Amazing.
The next book is The Wedding Date by Jasmine Guillory.
The Wedding Date by Jasmine Guillory is 320 pages. This is a lighthearted, fun, comical romance, which is right up my alley. It's very lighthearted. It talks about a man who has to have a date for a wedding, and he goes with this woman that he doesn't even know. And the theme is, can you fall in love with somebody that you don't even know? I am looking forward to it. Romance is my favorite genre. I am a light hearted reader, and although I'm trying to get more into other types of reading, so this one is right up my alley.
The next book is An American Marriage by Tierra Jones.
An American Marriage by Tierra Jones is 308 pages. It was an Oprah Book Club selection, and it will also runner-up in the fiction category for Goodreads Best Book of the Year. Celestial and Roy are newlyweds who have it going on. He's an up-and-coming great executive. She is an artist about to break big when something really bad happens. He is accused of a crime he didn't commit, and Jones explores the depths of social justice and injustice, love, family commitment, ties, Black masculinity, Black womanhood. She weaves this story and this tale that makes you want to keep reading and reading. It is a great novel. She does a great job, and I can't wait to read the whole book.
Our last book is If Beale Street Could Talk by James Baldwin.
If Beale Street Could Talk is 197 pages. It is by James Baldwin. Again, it's a story about love and redemption and dealing with circumstances that are beyond your control, yet having to deal with them. It is told through the eyes of a young 19-year-old girl whose fiance has been incarcerated and accused of a terrible crime. We see the strength of family love and commitment and what all that means. I have not read it. It is currently in the theaters, but I can't wait to read this book. So that wraps up my to-be-read books for February. In addition, I'll be reading any others that I have time for. So please comment below. I want to thank all of you all who have been subscribing. Let me know what you're reading, and maybe I can get those books in as well. Have a great Black History Month reading experience, and I'll see you on my next video. For those of you who's wondering where Amira went, she couldn't sit still, so we had to just edit her in. And I have had a terrible cold, as you may have noticed. I'm a little froggy. I thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for subscribing, and thank you for your comments. Be blessed and read.